We're live in Bonn, Germany at the Rheinaue Stadium in the former German capital for the bronze medal game of the European Baseball Championships between Israel and Spain. Both of these teams playing for pride, naturally, walk away with a medal and also and to also to walk away with a medal and end on a high note, namely a victory. I can always imagine, although I've never been in the situation of having, here I am, of having to play this close, get to the semifinals, and then lose two games, how badly that way is a way to end a tournament when you played so well to reach the semifinals. Naturally, Spain and Israel don't want that to happen and walk away with the bronze medal. The two teams in close losses in yesterday's semifinals. The Spanish team with an impressive performance by their pitcher, Luis Sacramento, who pitched 7 scoreless innings, and then in the 8th, the Netherlands finally got on the board. With one run, and that was the final score, 1-0 against Spain. In the evening semifinal between Italy and Israel, the game that I commentated, Italy jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead, only to see it wiped out in 2 hits, namely 2 home runs, one of them a grand slam, and Israel jumped into the lead 5-4. They built it up to 6-4 before finally succumbing 7-6 against Team Italy. Italy and the Netherlands will be playing in the final this evening at 7 o'clock. But at 3 o'clock is the first pitch in the bronze medal match between Italy and Israel, where with Israel we can say we have the upstart team of the tournament. They only lost 2 games. They lost to the Netherlands in the group phase and last night's game to Italy, and have taken this tournament by storm. Their very first appearance, yet they reached the semifinal and almost made it to the finals, only to go down, lose by 1 run to Italy. The Spaniards also have played an impressive tournament with only 2 losses. They've also lost only to the Netherlands and Italy, just like Israel. They lost on that heartbreaking game yesterday. Pitchers duel like you've never seen them. 7.5 innings of scoreless baseball before the Netherlands finally got on the board in the bottom of the 8th to win 1-0. The weather here, absolutely gorgeous. This is baseball weather as I love it, compared to the weather from last weekend when there were frequent rain interruptions. Games had to be halted for periods of time. The Netherlands and Great Britain couldn't finish a game because of some delays. And we're already getting into the starting lineups and the introduction of the players. The Israelis being introduced. First of all, the coaching staff with manager Eric Holtz leading the way. And the starting lineup being introduced shortly for the Israelis. They're wearing the road blue today. Kelley will be leading off as usual, followed by number 8, Blake Galen, who is going to play in center field today, vacates the DH spot. And he vacates it to Danny Valencia, who usually plays third base, but he's playing the DH. Simon Rosenbaum has been introduced. Zach Penprace, Jeremy Wolf, and the new starter, Asaf Lowenart. And behind the plate, giving Nick Rickles a breather, who Nick Rickles himself, he's played in all 7 games, started 7, and that's just hard work for any catcher. So he gets a spell in this bronze medal match. Tal Errol will be catching the balls from the pitcher, Alan Leichman. Now Spain being introduced, the Spanish coaching staff coming onto the field. And Spain has the following starting lineup, beginning with Angel Beltre, number 7. He's playing in center field. Johnny Bethencourt is the shortstop, batting second. Oscar Angulo, Jesus Usteres, Lester Galvan, Fernando Martinez, Giancarlo Franco, Leo Matias Rodriguez, and batting the 9 spot, Omar Hernandez, who will be also behind the plate for Spain in this game. And Omar Hernandez also getting a chance to play. And the rest of the Spanish team go onto the field. So Omar Hernandez, the catcher, has started one of the games, played in 3 total. And we'll be listening to the national anthem shortly. And just moments away from getting this game started between Team Israel and Team Spain. If you're at home, feel free to take a seat or to get up and listen to the Israeli national anthem. National anthem, and now the Spaniard hymn. Now the national anthem of Team Spain. Spanish national anthem, and both teams need to in the infield to greet each other, wish each other luck and success. We're just moments away from the first pitch, and starting on the mound for Team Spain is Jorge Balboa. Jorge Balboa has started 2 games, has won one of those, had 1-0 record with a 0.90 ERA. He pitched 10 innings, having given up 1 earned run with 14 strikeouts. Impressive statistics for the pitcher. Jorge Balboa, veteran, 33-year-old. The managers, Luis Soho and Eric Holtz at home plate, exchanging the lineup cards with the umpiring staff for this game. As I said, wonderful weather, a breeze blowing out from left to right, sometimes going out to straight center field. In the friendly confines of this park, may be well possible today to see a lot of home runs if the hitters get the ball up in the air, because the flags are flying fairly stiffly. The umpires run to their positions on the field. And Team Spain warm up. Jorge Balboa, the starter, number 23, who looks to continue his success in the tournament personally, as he has pitched well. Hasn't given up any home runs, only a couple of doubles. The Spanish pitcher, number 23, warming up to his catcher, Omar Hernandez. Now Hernandez, only his second start in the tournament. The second start in this tournament. Blake Ochoa, usually the catcher, but he's also being spelled today, and so that the catchers frequently alternate. One might catch 3 or 4 days before a second one. The second string catcher takes a day behind the plate or an evening. It's quite warm, probably at least 25 degrees Celsius is my guess. And the first batter for Italy, for Israel, excuse me. The first Israeli hitter, and as in every game this tournament, Ty Kelley leading off. Ty Kelley is batting .222, 6 hits, and 6 with 1 RBI. And the first pitch is coming from Balboa and called ball 1. Next pitch comes is count 1-0 now to Ty Kelley. The next pitch outside for ball 2. Balboa with a 2-1 count to Ty Kelley. Next pitch comes. And, excuse me, that was already ball 4. And the Spaniards complain a little bit, and talcum bag thrown out to Balboa. And already in 4 pitches, Ty Kelley on base. Leadoff hitter on base with the base on balls, bringing up Blake Galen. Blake Galen, one of the big hitters for Israel. First pitch to him is called strike 1. First strike thrown to an Israeli batter in this game for Balboa. Pitch comes. That one's low for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Ty Kelley with a short lead. Galen fouls that one. Back behind home plate, out of play for strike 2. Balboa looks in. Ty Kelley with a short lead off first. And Galen fouls that one into his own dugout on the first base side, sending some of his teammates and managers scurrying for cover. One and two count to Blake Galen. He has 3 home runs in this tournament so far, and he pulls that one foul, also down the first base line. Count remains 1-2. Now Blake Galen with 8 RBIs and 3 home runs, 11 total hits. Balboa ready. Pitch comes. And that one called ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Blake Galen. Galen is playing center field today, getting some field time. And the next pitch is low and away for ball 3. Balboa with some control problems early on. Walked Ty Kelley, the Israeli leadoff hitter, on 4 pitches. It's a full count now to Blake Galen. Kelley runs, and ball 4. Team Israel get their first 2 runners on base, both of them on bases on balls. As Jorge Balboa seeking to find some consistency in the strike zone. In trouble already, having given walks to the first 2 batters. And that brings up the designated hitter in this game, Danny Valencia. Valencia hit a home run last night against Italy and takes the first pitch for a strike. In fact, his solo home run in the 4th inning started that 5-run barrage for Italy, for Israel to take the lead against Italy. And check swing, called strike. 0-2 count quickly to Danny Valencia. Runners on first and second. Ty Kelley with a short lead off of second base. Blake Galen on first. And third base coach can't handle that one. That hard chopper in foul territory, and count remains 0-2 to Danny Valencia. Danny Valencia hitting .207 in the tournament. Has 6 hits, but half of those have been home runs. Balboa gets the sign. Pitch comes in. That one's outside for ball 1. Israeli batters forcing Balboa to throw a lot and recognizing he has some control problems. And Valencia fouls that pitch back. The count remains 1-2. Some of the fans on the first base side will be happy because they're sitting in the shades. Some beautiful trees here just outside of the grandstand area. And the next pitch comes, a curveball, ball 2, low. And already Jorge Balboa facing his first big challenge with 2 runners already on base on walks. And a 2-2 count now to Danny Valencia after going ahead 0-2 in the count. He hits a ground ball up the middle, and that gets through into center field, and Ty Kelley sent home for the first run of the game on a single by Danny Valencia, which brings home the runner from second, and Blake Galen advances to second base. Danny Valencia on first. Our first 3 batters have reached base for Team Israel. And they lead 1-0. Now stepping to the plate is Rob Poller. Rob Poller, left-handed hitter, he hit a home run yesterday also for Team Israel. And the first pitch outside for ball 1. Already the sparkling ERA from Balboa taking a little bit of damage, and Poller sends that one far, far into the trees over the right field fence. And lickety-split, Team Israel have scored 4 runs. 4 batters sent to the plate, 4 runs on that 3-run home run by Rob Poller. That's Rob Poller's 3rd home run of this series, making the score 4-0. And there's not been an out recorded yet for Team Spain. Let's take a look at that one. And really a no-doubter, as the right fielder Flanco made a short jog to the fence before realizing he wasn't going to get close to that ball. Oh. Israel showing they have power. They've been doing that the last 2 games. They lead 4-0 before Jorge Balboa has even gotten an out. So the next batter is Simon Rosenbaum, who takes ball 1. It's a 1-1 count now, as he fouled back the first pitch. Next pitch comes. That one is called strike 2. Rosenbaum had that big grand slam last night. It's 4 of his 5 total RBIs in the tournament. In 1 swing of the bat. And the Spanish pitcher, Balboa, doing what he can now to stop the bleeding, because 4 runs have already scored for Team Israel. On a RBI single by Danny Valencia, and then Rob Poller launched a 3-run shot into the right field trees. And that pitch was inside for ball 2. One of the players running from the Spanish dugout down to their bullpen. There might be some action up here early, as Jorge Balboa having problems getting batters out. Hasn't succeeded once yet. Rosenbaum, count to him is 2-2. Next pitch from Balboa. A high pop-up, but out of play. Rosenbaum stays alive. Next pitch comes. That's apparently hit him. Might have got some of the jersey, because he ran immediately to first base. Take a look at that again. And the umpire saw that immediately. Said it grazed his arm or something, but that's 5 Israeli batters to lead off the game, and each one of them has reached base. Simon Rosenbaum, the 5th one, who reaches on a hit by pitch. And already Luis Sojo goes to the mound for talk. Or Renny Duarte, the pitching coach. Try and calm the nerves of Jorge Balboa in an important game. You do want to go home a winner in terms of finishing off the tournament with a victory. But Spain already in a big hole. Next batter is Zach Penbraith, who also sees an inside pitch for ball. Penn Trace, the second baseman, is batting 182 in the tournament. And he hits a line drive right at the right fielder, Giancarlo Franco, for the first out of the inning. Simon Rosenbaum retreats to first base. Giancarlo Franco with the catch. Took a step in and then realized that ball was coming right at him. Only had to take that step back and lift his arm up above his head to catch it. Next batter is the right fielder, Jeremy Wolf. Wolf played in center field, has played in center field many of the games. Today, he's been moved over to right field by Israeli manager Eric Holtz. And he hits a solid hit to second. One out at second, and it turns a double play, 4-6-3. So after giving up 5 consecutive passes or hits to Team Israel, Jorge Balboa gets out of the inning with no further damage. Israel lead 4-0 in after 1/2 inning in the third place match at the European Baseball Championships here on Baseball Softball TV. We're back in Bonn, Germany for the bronze medal match in the European Baseball Championships. Starting this game on the mound for Team Israel is Alon Leichman. And Leichman has pitched in 1 game in this tournament, 1 appearance, 1 game started. He pitched 4 innings in that game, giving up 3 earned runs. No record. Starting behind the plate for Team Israel is Tal Errol, stepping in for Nick Rickles, who started all 7 games so far in the tournament. Stepping to the plate for Team Spain is leadoff batter Angel Beltre. Now Angel Beltre, with 1 home run in the tournament so far, 4 RBIs, batting .296. That first pitch is low for ball 1. Leichman gets the sign. Pitch comes. It's called strike 1 to Angel Beltre, the center fielder for Spain. Next pitch comes. And swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch from Leichman. And he's ahead on the count, 1-2 against the Spanish center fielder. And Beltre gets a hold of that one. A fly ball to the left fielder, handled easily. Carl Poller catches it, and we have the first out in the bottom half of the first inning. The next batter For Team Spain is shortstop Johnny Bethencourt. Now the shortstop started 6 games, played in all 7, and is batting .348. And first pitch is ball 1. Leichman throws the second pitch, and that's also low for ball. Ball 2 to Johnny Bethencourt. Also low. Johnny Bethencourt ahead in the count, 3-0 against Alon Leichman. That pitch is high. And in 4 pitches, Johnny Bethencourt reaches on a base on balls. A lot of chatter now as the next batter steps to the plate. Second baseman Oscar Angulo. Bethencourt with a good lead. He gets the attention of the Israeli catcher Tal Errol, who doesn't throw to first, but letting Bethencourt remember he knows he's there. Second pitch, ball 2. And a little bit like Jorge Balboa, Leichman finding having some difficulties finding the strike zone. A 2-0 count with 1 out. Spain have a runner on first base. And that ball's called strike 1. Well, Bethencourt with a good lead off of first. Angulo fouls that one back, and the count's even now, 2-2. Leichman with the signal sign, and he fouls that one back. Angulo. Count remains 2-2 to the Spanish second baseman. Bethencourt stolen 1 base in 2 attempts in the tournament. And another foul ball by Angulo. Two and 2 the count. Spain looking to get back into this game. And a line drive right over the left side of the infield and into left field for a base hit. Oscar Angulo with a single. Johnny Bethencourt advances to second base. Stepping to the plate is the cleanup hitter and first baseman Jesus Ustariz. And Ustariz in the tournament so far, the big power hitter for Spain. He has 3 home runs and 8 RBIs with a .333 batting average. One swing of the bat and Spain could pull back to within 1. Already in the top half of the first inning, Israel put 4 runs on the board, 3 of them coming on Rob Powler's home run. The first pitch is low for a ball. Next pitch comes from Leichman. Oh, still he waits. That one's low for ball 2. Well, the starting pitchers today with some control problems. Bethencourt on second base. Angulo on first. Batting is Jesus Ustariz. Ball 3. Johnny Bethencourt took a walk on 4 pitches. It counts 3-0 to Jesus Ustariz. Next pitch is outside for ball 4. And 2 bases on balls surrounding a hit by Team Spain, with the opportunity now as the tying run comes to the plate. That's Lester Galvan. Galvan with 1 home run in this tournament and a batting average, healthy batting average of .318. Right-handed hitter ready. Alon Leichmann with the pitch. And that one is right down the middle for strike 1. Oh, and 1 to count now to Lester Galvan. Next pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Like his counterpart, Balboa. And that one gets past a diving Ty Kelley. And 1 run crosses the plate. And Angulo held up at third. And bases remain loaded on an RBI single by Lester Galvan. One run now. For Team Spain on 2 hits and 2 walks. Stepping to the plate is their DH, Fernando Martinez. Jesus Fernando Martinez batting .333 also. That pitch is inside for ball 1. Martinez with 1 home run in this tournament. 4 RBIs and the bases are loaded for Team Spain. And a high, towering pop fly to the second baseman, Penprace, who gathers that one in. Infield fly called, and there are now 2 outs. Bases still loaded. It's a designated hitter pops up to the second baseman. Stepping to the plate now is right fielder Giancarlo Franco. Franco with 3 RBIs, batting .269 in the tournament. First pitch is called strike. And Leichmann gets ahead on the batter. And the next pitch called strike 2. Bases are loaded with 2 outs for Team Spain. Franco watches that one go low and outside. 1-2 now the count to the 31-year-old infielder playing right field today, and he fouls that one off to stay alive. Got fooled on the off-speed pitch, just managed to get some wood on that to stay alive. It's 1-2 to Giancarlo Franco. Spain looked to reduce the lead. Israel has. That pitch is called strike 3, and Giancarlo Franco in disbelief, and the Spanish bench in disbelief. But they score 1 run on 2 hits and 2 walks. And the score is 4-1 after 1 inning here complete in Bonn, Germany at the European Baseball Championships 3rd place game. after one inning here in the third place game at the European Baseball Championships. Already lots of runs scored. Israel leading Spain 4-1 as both starting pitchers with control problems. Leading off for Israel this inning is third baseman Asaf Lowenart. First pitch thrown for ball. Balboa with the next pitch. That one's high for ball 2. Well, Lowenart, he strokes one to left field, and it gets to the fence and past the left fielder for a stand-up double. Lester Galvan unable to reach it, and Lowenart leads off the second inning with his first base hit of the tournament and his third at bat. And now the manager for Spain already going to the mound after the leadoff double, and is going to remove Jorge Balboa, who naturally is unhappy about that. Was unable really to cause any problems for the Israeli hitters. They're going to go with a relief pitcher already. That's Jorge Balboa. A short stat line. Pitched 1+ innings, having given up 4 runs, 3 hits, walked 2 batters, hit a batter. It just wasn't his day, you could say. And Spain are going to their bullpen already. We'll take a short break as he warms up, and I'll come back to you with stats and information about the relief pitcher. In for relief, already in the second inning for Team Spain, is Leslie Nakar. Leslie Nakar, in his third appearance in this tournament, has 4.2 innings to his credit, 4 2/3 innings to his credit, with a 3.86 ERA. 2 earned runs given up in the 4 2/3 innings. Manager Louis Sohol hoping to find the arm that will calm the Israeli bats. Already have 3 hits, but more importantly, just a lack of control by Balboa forced Sohol to play his hand and bring in a relief pitcher. Stepping to the plate for Team Israel is the catcher Errol Tal. He's appeared in 2 games so far, 6 at-bats and 1 hit, with 2 RBIs on that hit. On second base is Asaf Lowenart, and Errol squares to bunt and fouls that one back. Leadoff double for Israel forced Spain to already go to the bullpen in the second inning. The shortstop Bethencourt close to second base, making sure that Lowenart does not take too large a lead. Lowenart came on to pinch run last night unnecessarily because in the next play the game was ended as Israel put runners on first and second, but there were 2 outs and then a close play at third base to end the game. And as Italy beat Israel 7-6. And he squares the bunt, pulls back for strike 2. The Spanish infielders at the corners were storming in. And an 0-2 count makes it tough. If you foul the third pitch or third strike on a bunt, it's not a foul ball. It is a strikeout at that point. Well, Errol more than likely will have to swing on this pitch. Nevertheless, first baseman Ustalis playing close. And that pitch from Nakar, ball 1. A 1-2 count now to Tal Errol. Spain come with a relief pitcher already in the second inning. Nobody out. Pitch comes from the car and line drive finds the gap or in the left field, and Lowenart unable to score on that fairly weak hit ground or line drive, but right between the shortstop, the infield, and left fielder. And we got runners on first and third. Yet another hit. This one by Tal Errol to advance the runner and getting to the top of the lineup already one more time. This is Ty Kelley, who drew a walk in his first at-bat to start the game. Looking to get an RBI. He only has 1 in this tournament so far, but leadoff hitter is not required to be a big RBI man. Wants to get on base, and he scored 4 runs for Team Israel. First pitch was a ball from Leslie Nakar. Gets the sign from the catcher Hernandez. That pitch is low for ball 2. Well, Nakar also having some problems. It'd be hard to believe that the temperatures are a big problem, but after all of the cool temperatures we've had most of the week, that may be causing a problem or two. And Ty Kelley hits a fly ball. Well, that one curves, lands on top of the bullpen in right field for foul ball. Counts 2-1 now to Ty Kelley. Well, the shortstop with the 30 a walk and scored a run in the first inning. And he slaps one of the second basemen, goes to second, and to first, turns the double play, but the run scores on the 4-6-3 double play. But it doesn't count as an RBI since there were 2 outs, a double play. But the run does score. Lowenart can get home from third base easily on that ground ball to the right side, and Israel get that run back they'd given up in the previous inning. This lead is again 4 runs, 5-1. Stepping to the plate, Blake Galen, who also drew a walk in the first inning. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. Spain willing to give up that run, surrender a run to get 2 outs. And now nobody on the base pass for Team Israel. That pitch is at the knees for strike 1. 1-1 to count to Blake Galen. One run already across the plate for Israel. Nakar gets the sign. Pitch comes, and curveball is inside for ball 2. Very sizable crowd here today. Even the left center field stands are nicely filled. Not completely, not the ones on the left field side, but the two on the left center field side. A good sizable crowd, and that pitch is inside. I'm looking down the first base line as I'm sitting on the third base line. Lots of people, plus there's shade over there. Those sitting on the third base side being subjected to a good amount of sun today. Cloudless skies practically. Count is 3-1 to Galen, who pops that one up, and the catcher goes back. Unable to get to it. Full count now to Blake Galen. And is unable to get to that ball. 3-2 count. Payoff pitch coming. And he slaps that one between the first and second baseman. Blake Galen takes a big turn, but the ball comes in quickly from the right fielder Franco. And another hit for Team Israel. That's their 5th hit of the game. And their 3rd in this inning. Scoring only 1 run. Last inning they got 2 hits but scored 4 due to walks. And then a home run. Cleared the bases one time and 3 runs. At the plate is the designated hitter Danny Valencia. First pitch is in for a strike. Two outs, a runner on first base for Team Israel. Blake Galen, who just hit a single to right field. Right-handed hitter Danny Valencia hit a home run yesterday in the semifinal against Italy. Takes ball 1. 1-1 the count now. Leslie Nakar brought in as relief for the starter Jorge Balboa, who had problems with his control. And Nakar throws ball 2 as he tries to complete his first inning of relief. 2 outs, 2-1 count. Runner for Israel, Galen at first base. And that is called strike 2. 2-2 now to Danny Valencia, who is the designated hitter in this game. Third baseman being used as the DH in this game by manager Eric Holtz. Fouls that one back. The umpires today behind the plate is the German Tim Meyer. Playing for, or the first base umpire is Stenar von Groningen Schinkel. Second base umpire is Edwin Louisa. That next pitch comes in, and Hernandez has to go down and block that. And making the count 3-2. Making the calls at third base is also German, Torsten Orloff. 3-2 count. Runner will be running on the pitch with 2 outs. Valencia ready for the pitch. Nakar winds up, pitches, and he hits one to third base. Scooped up cleanly and thrown to first for the final out of the inning. But Israel push across another run in this inning, and after 1.5, it's Israel 5, Team Spain 1 at the European Baseball Championships on baseballsoftball.tv. after 1.5 innings here in the bronze medal game between Israel and Spain. Team Israel with a comfortable lead at the moment, 5-1. Coming to the plate, though, is Team Spain for the bottom half of the second inning. And leading off will be Leo Martinez Rodriguez, third baseman. And so far in this tournament, the third baseman, number 2, has started all 7 games, batting .269. The umpire calling back to the DJ, turn the music off. We're playing ball here. Before that first pitch of the bottom half of the second is thrown. And this first pitch is thrown for a ball by Alan Leichman. Rodriguez with 5 RBIs in the tournament. And next pitch is thrown for a strike. It's 1-1 the count. Spain looked to rebound after the 4-run deficit. And a big swing at that one. Foul tip, strike 2. One extra base hit so far in the tournament for Rodriguez. No home runs. That one's strike 2. Strike 3's called out on strikes. That's the second strikeout looking, clocked by Israeli starting pitcher Alan Leichman. Stepping to the plate now, Omar Hernandez, the catcher today. And he hits a dribbler to first base, and the first baseman and the pitcher collide before anybody can get the ball, and the runner is safe at first base. Simon Rosenbaum, the first baseman, lost his glove in the process, and either he may have been hurt a little bit or he is just simply disgruntled with his pitcher that they collided the way they did. And as a tough play, as if Rosenbaum was going to get that, he would have had to have made a lunge to get Hernandez, who was speeding down the first base line. So looks like he might have got his jaw there as Simon Rosenbaum moving his mouth and jaw around. Might have got a shoulder to his face. Call that one an infield single. With the top of the lineup now coming up for Spain here in the third inning, or the bottom of the second. And Beltre fouls that one back. A runner on first base. And his first at-bat, Beltre flew out to the left fielder, Rob Poller, and he lines one clearly over the right field fence, and fans are scurrying for that home run. A 2-run home run for Angel Beltre, and Angel Beltre cuts the lead with one swing of the bat to 2 runs. That's his second home run of the tournament. And the right field fence has found a lot of action in this tournament. Batters crushing balls down going in the right field and down the right field line. And that one home run by Angel Beltre, the left fielder. And now the score is 5-3. Stepping up to the plate is the shortstop, Johnny Bethencourt, who takes ball one. A lot of chatter down below in the Spanish dugout. Next pitch, outside for ball two. You're one out here at the bottom of the second. And runs are coming across the plate in ample numbers today. And Johnny Bethencourt gets on the base yet again. On the base pass with a single to left field. Second baseman Oscar Angulo got a single in the first inning. He fouls that one down the left field line. The Team Israel pitcher having similar problems to his Spanish counterpart Balboa, who's already gone to the showers after 1+ innings as a starter. Alan Leichman has one more out than him, but 3 runs are across the plate in an inning and a half, and Angulo sends the center fielder back to the fence, who's unable to catch that one. And Blake Galen can only watch in vain as his leap is for naught. And we have 2 more runs across the plate on a second 2-run home run in this inning for Team Spain. The game is now tied 5-5. On that home run by Oscar Angulo. And just as quickly as Israel jumped out to the lead, Spain have equalized it with 4 runs here in the bottom half of the second inning on 2 home runs. One by Angel Beltre and the second one by Oscar Angulo. Stepping to the plate with 1 out is the cleanup hitter, first baseman Jesus Astures, who drew a base on balls the first at-bat. And the Spanish bench smells blood, you could say, as they're looking to fire up their hitters. And already Astures behind on the count, 0-2. As Israeli pitcher Leon Eichmann looks to get him out, and in 3 pitches gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. Eichmann records his 3rd strikeout. And stepping to the plate now with the score tied 5-5 is the left fielder Lester Galvan. He takes strike 1. Galvan hit a single in the RBI single in the first inning. Down in the count now, 0-2. Alan Leichman looking at an inning. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And Galvan goes down swinging. The 4th strikeout for Alan Leichman, but 4 runs cross the plate on 2 2-run homers for Team Spain, and the score is, after 2 complete innings here in Bonn, Germany, at 5-5.
zuckenden, juckenden Augen, nicht mit Purpursaat, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.sanoctua.com.
You see the scoreline correctly there. 5-5. Israel jumped to a quick lead with 4 runs in the top half of the first. Scored 1 run in the second. Spain scored 1 run in the bottom half of the first and came back to equalize with 4 runs in the bottom half of the second. Team Israel center or left fielder Rob Powler is coming to the plate. He hit a 3-run home run in the first inning to increase the Israeli lead at that time to 4-0. It's 5-5 now. With Spain and Israel exchanging blows here offensively. And the first pitch from Nakar is ball 1. Ballard takes that one outside and high for ball 2. Nakar goes to the rosin bag. Try his hands. And it's strike 1 to Powler. Who hit a towering 3-run homer in the first inning over the right field fence. And checks his swing, but not in time for it to be a ball, and counts now even at 2-2. Powler steps back into the batter's box. Nakar on the rubber. And that curveball fouled back. Count remains 2-2. It's the top half of the third inning in the bronze medal match game between Israel and Spain. With the flags blowing a little bit to left field now from right. Variable winds much of the time. And that pitch is inside for ball 3. To the left fielder. Powler doubled his RBI total in the tournament with his 3-run home run. His last at bat. And looked like he didn't know he could receive ball 4 there for a moment. And he turned around and thought he was going to be staying in the batter's box. But yet another walk. In all, Israel have drawn 3 walks in this game and 2+ innings. Coming to the plate, Simon Rosenbaum, right-handed first baseman, right-handed hitting first baseman. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, and he fouls back the first pitch. Leadoff hitter for Israel reaches first base on a walk. And a token attempt to pick him off from Nakar. And between every pitch, a little bit of music coming up. That wasn't the case last night. in that game, that evening game between Italy and Israel, the semifinal. Next pitch comes. That one's low for ball one. One and one to count to Simon Rosenbaum. Next pitch comes and he swings, misses for strike two. Leadoff hitter drew a walk, Rob Powler. And he had hit a 3-run home run in the top half of the first. 3 of Israel's 5 runs. Next pitch coming, not before a pickoff attempt. That one a little more honest from Nakar. 1-2 count to Rosenbaum. Leslie Nakar in as a reliever in this game. And gets that one past Rosenbaum with inside heat for the first out of the inning, a strikeout. Coming to the plate now is second baseman Zach Penprice. He flew out to right field, a line drive in his first at-bat. The first pitch he takes for a ball outside. And Penprice fouls that one back for the first strike. 1-1 to count. It takes a little while for the umpire to get a ball out to the pitcher. Seems he doesn't have enough balls at the moment. It's Tim Meyer, the home plate umpire. Second baseman Zach Penprice ready for the pitch. Rob Powler at first. Nakar pitches, and a swing and a miss by Penprice. Nakar with a little more control in this inning. Did give up a walk, but finding the strike zone more often. Next pitch comes. That one's in the dirt and gets past the catcher who couldn't locate the ball, and Powler makes a big turn at second before Hernandez locates the ball. That wild pitch. Lets the Israeli left fielder advance to second base. Oh, base on balls, and now a wild pitch. Counts 2-2 with 1 out. And there's a hit to the first baseman who tosses it to Nakar, covering first base for the second out of the inning. But Powler could advance to third base on the hit to the right side of the infield. And with 2 outs now, Jeremy Wolf can get an RBI with a hit. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play to end the first inning. And he pulls that one, and look out. Everybody gets out of the way. This Red Sea parts practically when a line drive goes over the fencing here, and it just barely cleared the fencing. Always pay attention. You never, particularly when you're down the baselines, you must pay attention to the game. Way too many accidents happen. Balls, even bats fly sometimes, or shattered bats, and bats slip out of the hands of batters. That if you're not behind fencing or netting, you must pay attention. Major League Baseball in North America, more and more teams getting netting all the way down to practically the right field or left field corner, the outfield corners, in an attempt to increase safety for spectators. With Nakar, 2-1 on the count to the Israeli batter Jeremy Wolf. Next pitch comes, and he fouled that one, I think, off of his foot or ankle. Make the count 2-2 with 2 outs. Jeremy Wolf with a modest 2 RBIs in this tournament for Israel. Now, with the exception of one game against, the game against France is the one that he scored the most runs, a quarterfinal game, 8-2. And not a high-scoring team, and Jeremy Wolf has to duck to get out of the way of that fastball. It was high and inside. Makes the count full with 2 outs. Israeli runner on third base. Jeremy Wolf rubs his hands, puts them on the bat. Leslie Nakar ready for the pitch, gets the sign, and Wolf fouls that one back. We'll repeat the full count pitch. Jeremy Wolf playing in right field today. Has played in center field most of this tournament. That's where Blake Galen is playing today for Team Israel. And manager Eric Holtz shifted him to right, and Jeremy Wolf goes down swinging to end the top of the 3rd inning. And after 2.5 innings in Bonn, Germany, in the bronze middle game between Israel and Spain, the score is 5-5. Heading into the bottom half of the 3rd inning, Team Spain even the score in the last inning and the second on 2 two-run home runs. Looking to keep that trend going is designated hitter Fernando Martinez. He popped up to the second baseman in his first at-bat. Martinez has hit a home run in the tournament. And the lefty takes the first pitch for a ball. Ball 1. And, fouls that one back for strike 1. 1-1 to count on that curve ball from a Israeli starter, Alan Leichman. Leichman with the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Fernando Martinez lines that one, and Jeremy Wolf watches that one go into the right field trees. And Spain have now taken their first lead of the game with the third home run they've hit in the last inning plus. This one by Fernando Martinez. That puts Team Spain on top, 6-5. Leadoff home run in the bottom of the third. And Alan Leichman surrendering the third home run already in this game. Spanish starter Jorge Balboa gave up one home run in the first inning. He was lifted already after one batter in the second when he walked him. Leichman allows a single up the middle. This one by Giancarlo Franco. His team Israel feeling the wrath of Spain. Los Rojas doing a good job. As Alan have figured out Alan Leichman. Leadoff home run, and following that a single. Next batter is Leo Martinez Rodriguez, and he hits a ground ball to third base, and their pen press in turning, or trying to turn a double play, loses a handle on the ball, and only a fielder's choice to second base on that play for the first out of the inning. Stepping up to the plate is the catcher, Omar Hernandez, who hit a single last inning in his first at bat. He came home then on Angel Beltre's home run. On first base is Leo Martinez Rodriguez, and already the count's 2-0 to Omar Hernandez. Third baseman Rodriguez, long and lanky and taking a good lead, being held by Rosenbaum. First strike to Hernandez. The count now 2-1. And the runner goes, and that'll prevent a double play from being turned. Ty Kelley, the shortstop, throws out Hernandez at first base. Rodriguez, who was running on the pitch, able to get to second base. And 2 outs now. As the top of the order comes the bat yet again for Spain, a third time around. That's center fielder Angel Beltre, who smashed a home run to right field in his last at-bat to reduce the lead at that time that Israel had. And Leichman throws the first pitch outside for ball 1. Spain are now in the lead, 6-5. Not even 3 innings complete in the books here in the bronze medal game. Beltre fouls that one back, and it counts 1-1. The European Baseball Championships have had some really good action, some blowouts, but once into right field as Zach Pencrace lets that ball get between his legs, and Angel Beltre reaches on an error. And in the process, Rodriguez can score from second base. And now the lead is 7-5. Unearned run there as that ground ball to the second baseman pen place. He was on the outfield grass. Looked like he stumbled and the ball got past him. And that brings up Johnny Bethencourt, the Spanish shortstop. He has a base on balls and a single in his first 2 plate appearances. And the tall center fielder Beltre with a good lead, and he's running. And throw is high as he steals second base. Stolen base for Rodriguez, or for Beltre, sorry, his first one in the tournament, first attempt. Beltre on second base. Chance for Bethencourt to get an RBI or potential RBI with a base hit. Next pitch is in the dirt. That score is 7-5. High scoring affair in the third place game. As the batters with the upper hand versus the pitchers. And that pitch is low and outside for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. And that pitch is in for a strike to Johnny Bethencourt. Full count now. Means Beltre will be running on the pitch with 2 outs. And that one outside for ball 4. And a good thing that Beltre didn't run on the pitch because there was nobody behind him. Now the Israeli manager Eric Holtz, a pat on the back to Leichman. Does that mean he's going to take him out? Giving him encouragement. Hey, let's get out of this inning here. And the catcher, Tal Errol, also on the mound. Leadoff home run by Fernando Martinez. Put Spain ahead. Another run has come across the board for them since then. And it's 7-5 for Team Spain. And that ball is fair as it gets in the corner, and Bethencourt is going to come home. Makes it all the way from first base. On that double, potential triple there by Oscar Angulo into the right field corner. That just hit inside fair territory. And the score now, after Beltre scores easily and Bethencourt rounds third base. Close play at home, but easily in. Nevertheless, 2 RBI triple, and the scoreboard should show 9-5. It's both Beltre and Bethencourt scored on that triple. And there's a big fly ball by Ustavic, but Jeremy Wolf corrals it in at the fence to end the bottom half of the third, but not before 4 runs score for Team Spain. Shocking Israel, who had jumped out to a 4-0 lead. And you're listening and watching the third place game of the European Baseball Championships on baseballsoftball.tv. 6 times the teams have come to the plate, 3 for each, and in all but one inning or one half inning, a run has scored. In the last inning, it was 4 for Team Spain again after doing the same in the second inning. Thanks to a home run, then a run came to the plate on an error, and an RBI double or triple scored 2 runs for Spain. And at the plate for Israel is Asaf Lowenart. He hit a double in his first at-bat, came home to score on a double play later on that inning. Israel find themselves deep in the hole all of a sudden. And 1-1 now, the count on Lowenart. Playing third base today. The next pitch is called strike 2, strike 3, sorry, called out on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout for the reliever Nakar. Leslie Nakar finding his rhythm now. Next batter for Team Israel is the catcher Tal Errol. And that nubber off of the fist is foul for strike 1. Well, Leslie Nakar waiting for Tal Errol to be ready. And pitch comes, and that's outside for ball 1. Run-filled game here so far. Only in the top half of the 4th, and it's 9-5. That curveball's outside for ball 2. 1 out already in the top half of the 4th. And that pitch is stroked to right field for a single. That's the 2nd base hit for Tal Errol in the game. 2 singles and 2 at-bats. Which brings us to the top of the Israeli batting order, and Ty Kelley. Ty Kelley scored in the first inning after drawing a lead off base on balls and hit a double play in which a run scored in the second inning. And the next pitch in at the knees for strike 1 to Kelley. Oh, and 1 to count. Tal Errol, the catcher, on first base. 1-1 to count now. Next pitch comes. That's outside for ball 2. 2-1 to count. As Israel now trying to respond to the pressure that Spain is putting on them with a 4-run lead. That one's low. Oh, in at the knees for another strike. 2-2. To the Israeli shortstop, Ty Kelley. Next pitch comes. 2-2. And a pop foul ball just over my head. We'll repeat the 2-2 pitch to Ty Kelley. Top half of the 4th with 1 out. One hit for Israel in this inning so far. Single by Tal Errol. Next pitch in. That one's high. Or ball 3. 3-2 count now to Ty Kelley. The runner goes. Pitch is high. Ty Kelley reaches first base. Tal Errol advances to second. Now we have runners on first and second with one out. Next batter is the center fielder, Blake Galen, who could, with a home run, reduce the Spanish lead to just 1. And he is capable of doing that. He's hit 3 in the tournament so far. And there are a lot of fans in right field now, as balls have been sailing that way quite a bit in this game and in numerous other ones. No bleachers there, just the grass on a hill or a slope, you could say. Grassy knoll. First pitch was in for a strike to Galen. The next one is outside for ball 1. Runners on first and second. Wind going out again to center field. Blake Galen watches that curveball low for ball 2. Again, runners on first and second. Then that fastball is low for ball 3. And just when it looked like Leslie Nakar was finding the groove, he's given up 2 or a base on balls and a single. Counts 3-1 to Blake Galen. And Galen hits a gentle fly ball to the right fielder, Franco, who catches it, and the runner on second unable to advance on that shallow fly ball by Blake Galen. The second out of the inning. Stepping to the plate now is Danny Valencia. Valencia himself, also a home run threat. He's got 3 to his credit also in this tournament. 7 RBIs. As Israel look to cut into the Spanish lead. And Danny Valencia looking at the umpire a long time, wondering, did that ball hit me? Did I miss something? Umpire seems to think that ball didn't hit him, but it was high for ball 1. And Valencia hits a fly ball to the left fielder, and not only to the left fielder, but over the left fielder for a 3-run home run. And there is no lack of runs in this game, as homers are flying left and right. Both teams enjoying the conditions, the sunny skies, warm weather, and the balls are flying. Danny Valencia with a 3-run shot here in the top of the 4th. And the lead is now only 1 for Team Spain, 9-8. 17 runs in just 3.5 innings play, not even. Rob Pollard, he knows something about home runs himself. He hit one a 3-run shot in the top of the 4th inning. And the first pitch from Nakar is outside for ball 1. No guarantees in this game, as the batters are pulling out all the stops apparently. The pitcher's unable to stop what seems to be heavy bleeding on both sides. As you see on the scoreboard, it's correct in the upper right-hand corner. 9-8. Spain leading Israel. Pollard can't hold up on that one. And that was called on the appeal, strike one. And a little bit of chatter as the umpire and one of the dugout players from Spain exchange a few words. That one's swing and a miss. From 1-2 now, the count to Rob Powler. Next pitch, Powler hits a fly ball to the left fielder. And Galvan able to dash over to the left field line to catch the ball and end the top of the fourth, but not before Israel's plate 3 runs on a 3-run home run by Danny Valencia. A nice play there you see by Galvan. Scores 9-8 in the bronze medal game in the European Baseball Championships. I hope you're tuned into this game. Plenty of runs scored already after 3.5 innings in the bronze medal game at the European Baseball Championships. Spain lead Israel 9-8. Yesterday, Spain failed to score a run and only surrendered one in a heartbreaking loss to the Netherlands. Israel put a few more runs on the board in their defeat at the hands of Italy, 7-6. Leading off for Spain is Lester Galvan, who hits a single up the middle to lead off Spain's 4th inning. First runner gets on base, first batter. And now stepping to the plate is Fernando Martinez, who hit a leadoff home run in the last inning. Alan Leichman still in the game for Israel despite having given up 9 runs. And that high pitch goes out to center fielder Blake Galen. He catches it in center field for the first out of the inning. Fly ball by Fernando Martinez. Runner on first base. 1 out, and that brings Giancarlo Franco to the plate. Has some shadows starting to creep in the home plate area. He squares to bunt, pulls back for ball 1. Giancarlo Franco. And the next pitch is a strike, called strike. And Lester Galvan, left fielder on first base with this single, and Giancarlo Franco punches that one between the third baseman and the shortstop for another single. Galvan advances to second base. With one out, Spain looking to put some of the runs back on the board they gave up last inning. They're still in the lead, 9-8. And at the plate is Rodriguez, Leo Rodriguez. He fouls that pitch back. Strike one. He grounded into a 5-4 fielder's choice last inning. Struck out looking and takes a called strike two when he steps out of the batter's box a moment to recollect his thoughts. Not happy with the call. And he hits a ground ball also between the second and third baseman. And Lester Galvan able to dash home from second base on an RBI single by Leo Matias Rodriguez. One run scored by Spain in the bottom half of the fourth. Now the score is 10-8. Scoreboard's going to run out of space soon if they keep on scoring runs, both teams. Yeah. I hope that you can get a 20 up there. With only 10 runs before the full 4 innings played, would be possible. That swing and a miss for strike one. Omar Hernandez has a single and a ground out in his 2 at-bats in this game. He's got the catching duties today, and Rodriguez looked like he was one of the steal, but he's on first base and somebody's in front of him. Giancarlo Funkel. Omar Hernandez, 1-1 count. And that high fastball was a strike. Swinging. One and two count. One run has crossed the plate. That one's low, and they get the runner at second base. The ball doesn't get far enough away from Tal Errol, and he, like a panther, jumps on that ball and fires it down to second. And they get Rodriguez out. Nice play by the catcher to block that ball, keep it close, and throw to second base. Nevertheless, Giancarlo Franco advances to third on the play. We've got 2 outs now. And that one's swing. So he swings to the third strike, and the ball got away from the catcher, and that allows Giancarlo Franco to cross the plate, and Omar Hernandez advances to first on a strikeout, and then going to first base on the wild pitch or pass ball. And that's going to be it for Alan Leichman after 3 2/3 innings. Eric Holtz finally pulls the plug. It's been a tough day for Alan Leichman. 11 runs being scored on his watch. 3 2/3 innings. We'll take a short break as the Israeli reliever comes in with the runner on first base and 2 runs having already crossed the plate in this inning. The new pitcher for Team Israel is Eric Brodkowitz. Brodkowitz has appeared in 2 games, started 1 game. Has an ERA in those 2 appearances of 5.4, 5 total innings, allowing 3 runs, and all 3 of those earned. Also surrendered a home run and a triple. 2 strikeouts to his credit. Brodkowitz warming up, taking his warm-up pitches. Spain have yet again put runs on the board every inning. They have managed to score at least 1 run. This time in this inning, the 4th, they've scored 2 runs. The top of the lineup will be coming up yet again. Engel Beltre has batted in each inning so far. He's the next batter. He's hit a home run. He's flown out and reached base on an error. 1 for 3. The center fielder, having had a successful tournament, 9 hits and 30 at-bats, 300. And the umpire having some words with the Spanish bench yet again. First pitch coming from Eric Brodkowitz to Engel Beltre. And he smashes one down past the first baseman. And he's going to be running for a while. And Omar Hernandez runs all the way to third, and the play at third base not in time. Engel Beltre with a triple. An RBI triple, which scores, it scores. Yeah, that's right. Omar Hernandez, who had reached first base on the strikeout pass ball. And now, Johnny Bethencourt batting for the 4th time today. He's reached base on all 3 occasions. 2 of those times he walked. Also a single. Engel Beltre on third base with an RBI triple. The score is now 12-8. The tournament organizers are going to have to maybe be concerned about whether this game will be finished by 7 o'clock the way they're playing and scoring runs. And no end to the hits. 20 runs already across the plate, and we're not even through 4 innings of play. Next pitch comes to Bethencourt. Low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2-1. And again, the home plate umpire Tim Meyer looking into the Spanish dugout. And Bethencourt lays one down, and the pitcher is able to get to that. Although the speedy shortstop was quick down the line, he couldn't beat that one for the 3rd out of the inning. But 3 runs cross the plate for Spain yet again. Runs. And they lead Israel after 4 complete innings, 12-8.
von trockenen, juckenden Augen? Nicht mit Purpursan, den innovativen Kapseln zur oralen Einnahme. Sei voll da, wenn's drauf ankommt. Erhältlich in Apotheken und unter shop.sanoctua.com.
We're back in Bonn, heading into the top of the 5th inning. Israel see themselves 4 runs behind Team Spain. We have a new pitcher for Spain. On the mound is Fernando Martinez, who has had one appearance so far in the tournament, pitching 3 innings and giving up 3 earned runs. Also has 3 strikeouts in those 3 innings of relief work. Omar Hernandez goes out to give him a word of confidence as Israel step to the plate. And leading off is number 30, as Israel bring on Benjamin Wanger from the looks of it, batting for Simon Rosenbaum. So Wanger, who was in a relief pitching role last night, is in the game. Pinch hitting for Simon Rosenbaum, and he hits that one nicely to the right center field gap, and that's also into the trees. Benjamin Wanger, relief pitcher, and that's becoming a very popular trend in professional baseball. That relief pitchers taking on batting roles if possible, and Benjamin Wanger in his first at-bat, if I'm not mistaken, in this tournament, clears the right center field fence, and Israel cut the lead to 12-9. Now the runs are just piling up, 21 already in this game. Batting now is Penpraise, who grounds to the third baseman and throws out Penpraise at first base for the first out of the inning. So the relief pitcher, Fernando Martinez, greeted by the pinch hitter Wanger, and now the score is 12-9. Next batter for Team Israel is Jeremy Wolf, who's hit into a double play and struck out so far in this game. Playing right field. Gets the pitch from Baez, and that one goes back. Hit for foul. Count now 1-1. Wolf taking his time, getting back into the batter's box. Pitch from Baez is outside for ball 2. We got one out in the top of the 5th. Jeremy Wolf fouls that one back for the second strike. It's 2-2. In this battle for the bronze medal at the European Championships. Spain currently in the lead, 12-9. So far, with one exception, every team has scored in the inning. And Jeremy Wolf flies out to the center fielder, Angel Beltre, for the second out of the inning. I can imagine that Rosenbaum was taken out of the game when he collided on a little squibbler down the first base line with his pitcher and was playing around with his jaw for quite a long time and looked a little bit dazed after that. And Asaf Lohenart gets plunked on that curveball that failed the curve. So he takes first base on a hit by pitch. Fernando Baez seeks to close this inning. He's facing now Tal Errol, who had a single in his last at-bat and the previous one. 2 for 2 today for the Israeli catcher. A left-handed batter facing off against Fernando Baez, and swing and a miss for strike one. Next pitch comes, and Errol pops that one to the left fielder, who battles the sun some, but catches the ball to end the top half of the fifth. Israel put a run across the board on Benjamin Wenger's leadoff home run, and the score is 12-9 after 4.5 innings here at Bonn, Germany, in the bronze medal game at the European Baseball Championships. Returning to Bonn, Germany now. And Israeli reliever Brodkowitz with after closing out the bottom of the fourth, will be starting this inning. And he's facing off, gets the heart of the order of Spain, starting off with Oscar Angulo. He hit a home run and got a single in two of his three previous at-bats. And a curveball is outside for ball one. A curveball in the dirt for ball two. 2-0 count now to Oscar Angulo. Spectators getting their money's worth in this game. 21 runs scored so far. And the third pitch is high for ball three to Oscar Angulo. That's called strike. First one to Angulo. The heart of the Spanish batting order is that pitch is high for ball 4. Leadoff walk to Angulo, the second baseman. Now coming to the plate. His first baseman, Jesus Usturiz. Usturiz so far with a walk and strikeout and a fly out. 0 for 2. That is a called strike. To Usturiz. Usturiz, big man with 3 home runs in this tournament. That pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. As Brodkowitz trying to find the strike zone. Now home plate fully in shadows. Can be a small advantage for the pitcher who the batters can't see the spin on the ball so easily as it comes into the shadows. That one's high for ball 2. That's 2-1 count. Runner on first base. On a walk. Usturiz hits that one to the first baseman, Wanger, who steps on first unassisted. But Oscar Angulo advances to second base. Now Wanger, now the first baseman, having batted for Simon Rosenbaum in last inning and hitting a home run. Spain looking to put that run back on the board on their side. Next batter is Lester Galvan. That pitch is strike 1. Galvan is 0 for 2 in this game, or 2 for 2 in this game. 2 singles, and it's 2 for 3, sorry. 2 singles and a strikeout. Angulo is the runner on second base, and ground ball to the third baseman. And that one's in the dirt, but Wanger with a nice scoop. And Josef Lohenard made it challenging for Wanger. 5-3 ground out. For the second out of the inning, Angulo couldn't advance. Stepping up to the plate is Fernando Martinez, the designated hitter, who is 1 for 3 in the game. That one hit being a home run. And he pulls that one, turns on it early. Goodwood, but much too early the swing. Count is 0-1 with 2 outs. Runner on second base for Team Spain. It's 12-9 in the 5th inning. Next pitch comes. A ground ball to Penprace, the second baseman, and throws it on to first to end the bottom half of the 5th. Spain did not score a run this inning. The first time they had not scored a run in an at-bat. And the score remains 12-9 after 5 full innings of play in the 3rd place game at the European Baseball Championships. Back in Bonn, Germany, in the Rhein-Aue Stadium, the infield crew grooming the infield here after 5 full innings so that it's in the best of conditions as play resumes soon. Spain's Fernando Baez, the relief pitcher, waiting for action to start. He's thrown his relief pitches, and now the infield crew vacating the field, but taking their time, maybe a little bit too much time for the relief pitcher Baez. So he gets an extra pitch, and Hernandez throws down to second as action resumes. Heading into the top of the 6th, Kelley will be leading off for Israel. The Israeli shortstop has walked 2 times so far in this game, 0 for 1. As he leads off the 6th inning, and Baez throws a strike on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. That one misses the mark. Ball 1, 1-1. Baez not messing around. And Kelley hits a ground ball to the first baseman, Ustariz, who steps on first base for the first out of the inning. And that brings up center fielder Blake Galen. Like Kelley, he's walked twice in this game. 0 for 1. The Spanish reliever Baez likes to pitch quickly. That one's inside for ball 1. Next pitch, right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. 27-year-old right-hander. And he gets Blake Galen to foul off that pitch, and the count now 1-2 with 1 out. Maybe the air is out a little bit, but Blake Galen does what many players have done, not only this game, but in the tournament. Launched a ball into or possibly over the right field trees for yet another home run in this game. That's Blake Galen's 4th of the tournament. And the score is now 12-10. So what did I say? Maybe the tension's out, but the scores, the runs keep on piling up on that solo shot. And we have a new player coming into the game. Pinch hitting for Danny Valencia is Nick Rickles. Nick Rickles, catcher by trade. Pinch hitting for Danny Valencia. Valencia was 2 for 3 in the game. Counts 2-0 quickly to Rickles. And he pops that one right over home plate. And Hernandez barely has to move to catch that ball, and Nick Rickles goes down on a pop out to the catcher, Nick Rickles. Rob Poller coming up to the plate now. Israel have 1 run in this inning on a Blake Galen home run to right field. Rob Poller also has a home run, a 3-run shot in the first inning that put Israel up at the time 4-0. In the meantime, Spain have scored 12 runs and Israel another 6. It scores 12-10 in the top half of the 6th with 2 outs. Counts 2-0 to Pollard. He fouls that pitch back, 2-1. Plate umpire Tim Meyer waits for the ball boys to collect that foul ball. Next pitch is low and outside. 3-1 to count to Rob Pollard. It's a big pitcher, Baez, with the next delivery. And that also foul ball down the left field line, out of play. Brings it to a full count, 3-2. Lots of action in this game. A lot of home runs. And that pitch is high. Base on balls to Rob Pollard. Well, counting so far in this game, Israel with 1, 2, 3 home runs. Spain with 1, 2, 3. Also 3 home runs according to my count. 4 home runs, sorry. Coming to the plate is Benjamin Wenger. Now Wenger, he pinch hit for Simon Rosenbaum, who exited the game, and promptly hit a solo home run to make the score 12-9. Another solo home run by Blake Galen has cut the lead to 2 runs, 12-10. After a visit to the mound by the Spanish manager, action resumes. The runner on first base, and Wenger steps to the plate. Baez delivers the pitch. It's a low, ball 1. Two outs, 1-0 pitch, and that curveball in for a strike. 1-1 to count. It's been an entertaining game. That curveball also catches the outer half of the plate. 1-2 the count. If you like runs, you're in the right place. 12-10 the score, Spain versus Israel. That ball low and outside. Ball 2. 2-2 the count to Benjamin Wenger, who had played a relief role in the game last night against Italy. And he swings and misses that one. And out. Now recorded after the ball was dropped by the catcher, but Wenger didn't attempt to go to first. And that's the end of the top half of the 6th. Israel scored 1 run on a home run. And the score here in Bonn, Germany at the 3rd place game is 12-10 for Spain. Looking at that shot. Exquisite weather for the fans here at the Rheinaue Stadium in Bonn, Germany. Still on the mound for Team Israel is the relief pitcher Brodkowitz, starting. He has 1 1/3 innings so far, having only given up 1 run. Pitch down, the throw down to second. And balls sail into the dugout and from the Israeli into the Israeli dugout. And Eric Brodkowitz prepares for the first batter in the bottom half of the 6th. Leading off for Spain is Giancarlo Franco. Giancarlo Franco is 2 for 3 so far in this game. And he squares the bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Franco takes that pitch and smacks the ground ball to Ty Kelley and throws out Franco, the right fielder, for the first out at the bottom half of the 6th inning. Franco jogs back to the dugout, and stepping up to the plate now is Martinez Rodriguez. He's a third baseman. Leo Martinez Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a single. Also reached base on a fielder's choice. He's 1 for 3. First pitch is a ball. Brodkowitz's next pitch is high for ball 2. Two and 0 the count with 1 out already. Brodkowitz winds up, and that pitch fouled back. More and more shadows creeping over the field. Home plate completely engulfed in shadows. Even starting to reach the pitcher mound. That pitch also low. First ball 3. 3-1 to Rodriguez. Next pitch is inside for ball 4. So Rodriguez draws a walk. Catcher Omar Hernandez steps into the batter's box. He has a single and is 1 for 3. He struck out in the 4th inning, but reached base as it was a pass ball on that 3rd strike. Came home to score on a triple by Engel Beltley. Third baseman Rodriguez on first base for Spain. And base runner with a good lead. And Hernandez smacks that one to center field. Galen catches that one easily for the 2nd out. Rodriguez retreats to first base naturally. That brings up Engel Beltley. This 5th plate appearance. He has a home run, a triple, reached base on an error, and flew out in the 1st inning. With some luck, could hit for the cycle. And there goes the runner, Rodriguez. And throw was a little off to the shortstop side, and Rodriguez slides into second base safe. Runner now in scoring position. That's the second stolen base for Rodriguez in the tournament. The second stolen base in the game for Team Spain. Rodkowitz with the pitch. Beltley watches that one go outside for ball 2. Rodriguez now on second base, having drawn a walk. One batter later, he stole a base. 2 outs. Beltley waits for the pitch. Arrow jumps out from behind home plate quickly. No throw to second. Now 3-0 pitch to Engel Beltré. And that one's high for ball 4 and another base on balls. Brodkowitz has walked 2 batters in this inning. Stepping to the plate now is Johnny Bethencourt. He has a single, 2 walks, 1 for 2 for the day. Brodkowitz delivers the pitch, strike 1. Brodkowitz more deliberate in taking his time. Pitch comes. That one's low for ball 1. Spain with 2 base runners looking to increase their lead. Bethencourt scored 3 times today. That ball he fouls back for strike 2. Brodkowitz ready to pitch. And that one grounded to Ty Kelley, who can stop it, but not before. And they throw to home as Rodriguez kept on running. Ty Kelley was far behind second base, and he dives around the tag. There's a throw hit the back of the mound from his perspective, and it just rolled, which was not too bad. But it slowed the ball down enough for Rodriguez to slide around the tag. As we take a look at that from another angle, and it was a really good play, but the throw was just a tad bit to the right, the first base side, and Rodriguez could avoid the tag. And then another ball that Kelley stops. Beautiful play there by the former New York Mets shortstop as he dives on the grass behind second base and tosses it to the second baseman, Pantrace. But 1 run scores for Spain. It's 13-10 after 6 innings in Bonn, Germany. We're heading into the top half of the seventh and the third place game at the European Baseball Championships between Israel and Spain. Spain bringing on a new reliever. Coming in for Fernando Baez, who pitched 2 innings of relief, is Antonio Noguera, left-handed pitcher who plays in Italy. Kelley with 2 wonderful diving stops last inning. One couldn't prevent a run from scoring, but the second one stopped a run from scoring because as he dove into the outfield grass behind second base, could just shovel the ball to Zach Penprace covering second base to get the runner of the force out at second base and end the bottom half of the 6th inning. We're heading into the top of the 7th. And the new pitcher, Noguera, with 3 appearances in the tournament so far, 3 innings pitched. He has 1 victory to his credit. He has surrendered no earned runs, no runs at all. And in those 3 innings of relief, he has 5 strikeouts. And coming to the plate for Israel is the second baseman, Zach Penprace. Penprace has been hit by a pitch, 2 strikeouts, and 1 home run. Hit that one off of Fernando Baez in the 5th inning. Oh, sorry. That's not Penprace. That was a winger. Zach Penprace is 0 for 3 so far in this game. My apologies. And Penprace with a fly ball to the center fielder. The center fielder, Engel Beltre, catches that one for the first out of the inning. 1 out already. Jeremy Wolf steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. He's hit into a double play, struck out, flied out to center field. Antonio Noguera looking to do something that has not happened today. Pitch a 1-2-3 inning. And Wolf squares the bunt, pulls that one back for ball 1. That's right. We do not have a single 1-2-3 inning in this game. Noguera winds up in that fastball. Is in for strike 1. Next pitch on its way. As Noguera gets the sign. Jeremy Wolf ready. That's fastball is outside for ball 1. Ball 2. 2-1 to Jeremy Wolf. Next pitch comes. That's also low. Ball 3. Three and 1 count. Jeremy Wolf awaiting the pitch. And it comes. And Jeremy Wolf hits a fly ball to center field. And Beltre Engel attempts to get on top of the fence to try and catch that ball. But that's over his head. And Jeremy Wolf hits a home run. Jeremy Wolf brings Team Israel back to within 1 run with that shot. A solo shot. And there's no stopping the runs in this game. Sorry, it's 13-11 now. 13, because Spain scored a run last inning. Stepping to the plate is Asaf Lohenart. Lohenart hit a double. Has been hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 2. and takes strike one. Lots and lots of home runs in this game. And Lowenhart, not one of the home run hitters. Certainly would like to do that. And Noguera hits. That ball is to Bethencourt, who throws out to Ustalis for the second out of the inning. 2 outs. Stepping to the plate is Tal Arrow. He has 2 singles, 2 for 3. Team Israel with 5 home runs in this game. And Arrow pulls that one foul down the third base line. For Spain, I count 2 home runs, as they've managed to put multiple hits and bases on balls together to score their runs. And was early on that off-speed pitch for strike 2. 0-2 the count to the catcher. It's the top half of the 7th inning. The score is 13-11. Next one is a fastball outside for ball 1. 1-2 now the count. Fairly small stature, the catcher for Israel, and he swings at that one, and the catcher catches it. And that's the end of the top half of the 7th inning. Israel scored 1 run on a home run by Jeremy Wolf and cut the lead again to 2 runs. It's 13-11 after 6.5 innings at the European Baseball Championships. Thirteen to 11 as we enter the bottom of the 7th inning. Spain leading in the 3rd place game at the European Baseball Championships between the Spanish side and Israel. I've done my home run count. Israel with 5 dingers in this game. Spain have 3. And Israel, to a large extent, getting all their runs on home runs. 3-run homer from Rob Power. And an RBI single. Tal Arrow. But more home runs. Home run by Danny Valencia. Home run by Benjamin Wenger. Home run by Blake Galen and also by Jeremy Wolf. So we head into the bottom of the 7th. That's the big first baseman, Jesus Ustalis, who's going to lead it off. So far in this game, Ustalis is 0 for 3 and has a walk. Z takes ball 1. That pitch is low for ball 2. And he launches one into the center field trees. Jesus Ustalis adds yet another home run to the total today. That's 9 home runs for the day in total between the two teams. That's Spain's 4th home run, Jesus Ustalis, and who himself has his 4th home run of the tournament. And 9 RBIs in total. Now it's 14-11. Looking at that one and the full extension, and really no doubt about it, as Blake Galen could only run a few steps before realizing that ball would sail over his head. And the big first baseman trots around the bases to home plate. It's now 14-11. Batting now is the left fielder Lester Galvan. Galvan with 2 hits. One of them getting an RBI on one of the singles. Fouls that pitch back, an 0-1 count. Brodkowitz already pitched over 2 innings, 2 1/3 innings so far. No sign of tiring. And that off-speed pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1 to count. Nobody out. Eric Brodkowitz delivers, and that is ball 2. Some action in the Israeli bullpen. Brodkowitz just might be reaching the end of his tether. That one's high for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. Israeli reliever Brodkowitz has pitched total 5 innings in that one. That hit by Galvan off the base of the center field fence, and he has a stand-up double. As Brodkowitz surrendering hits on the first 2 at-bats in this inning, the bottom of the 7th. A home run, and that one a double by Lester Galvan. Now Fernando Martinez stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a home run. Left-handed hitter playing DH. And he smashes that one foul down the first base line. Ben Praise retrieves the ball, throws it to the Spanish first base coach, who tosses it on into the Israeli dugout. Brodkowitz, batter's getting some real good contact against him now. But those 2 pitches pulled foul by Martinez. Lester Galvan retreats to second base. Nobody out. You could hear from the Spanish bench. Also some English spoken there. Fernando Martinez, the designated hitter, waits for the pitch. And it comes, and he pulls that one foul again. 3 pitches, 3 pulled balls foul. The timing off a little bit for Martinez here. And that one's in the dirt for ball 1. 1 and 2 now the count. Good play there by Tel Arl to keep the ball in front of him. No action in the Spanish bullpen. See that picture? They're enjoying the action from that viewpoint. As Eric Brodkowitz, the Israeli reliever, throws that ball and pulled yet again by Fernando Martinez. (14-11) the score here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. 1 run already scored for Spain with a runner on second base. Brodkowitz delivers, and Martinez hits that into left field. And Rob Pollard catches that one easily for the first out of the inning. Runner remains on second base. Giancarlo Franco now coming to the plate. He has 2 for 4 so far this day with 2 singles. Brodkowitz pitches. Ball's high. Ball 1. 14-11 the score. You can see the runner on second there, Lester Galvan, number 14, left fielder for Spain. Next pitch comes in, that curveball. It's a bloop single to center field, and Galvan races around to home to score Spain's 15th run in this game. Bloop single. That slow curveball didn't fool Giancarlo Franco enough as he delivers a RBI single. Batting now is Leo Martinez Rodriguez. He has a single to his credit and a walk, 1 for 3 total. First pitch is a ball. A lot of noise coming from the Spanish dugout right now. And that pitch is high for ball 2. Only 1 out. That's the 5th hitter of the inning. Brodkowitz ready. And that pitch is high for ball 3. Many pitches now high for the Israeli right-hander. In the bottom half of the 7th. 2 runs already scored for Spain. Brodkowitz with the ball 3, 3-1 to count. Fatigue might be a factor now for the Israeli relief pitcher. And on a run. That ball gets past Kelley into left field, and Giancarlo Franco gets all the way to third base on that single by Rodriguez. Now 2 runners on the corners. And the Israeli manager comes to the mound. It might be time for a new pitcher as Team Israel seek to stop any more runs from scoring in this inning. The gate to the bullpen is open. I see. A longer conversation between Eric Holtz and his relief pitcher. Also talking with Tal Errol. Taking his time and making home plate umpire Tim Meyer come to the mound and tell the three, hey, make up your mind. What are you going to do here? Brodkowitz remains in the game. Runners on the corner for Spain with one out after that single by Leo Martinez Rodriguez. Giancarlo Franco could advance to third. Now catcher Omar Hernandez at the plate, and he hits a line drive into center field. That drives in one run. And Rodriguez stops at third base. RBI single by Omar Hernandez on the first pitch delivered to him. Rodriguez gets to third base. Score now 16-11. You almost get the feeling Brodkowitz is being left to his own devices here, as although there is a little bit of action in the the Israeli bullpen, for some reason manager Eric Holtz is not thinking about pulling him out of this game, and that ball's fouled behind third base for strike one. Beltre Engel, the batter. He has a home run and a triple together with a walk. And he gets ahead on that one, that low-speed pitch. Next pitch coming. That one's inside. Ball one. 1-2 the count to Beltre Engel. If he gets two more plate appearances, a single and a double, and he'd have the cycle. Really a rare occurrence. Cycles, not as rare as that one, that's single. No, ball to first baseman Wenger, who throws to second and back to first for an excellently executed double play. 3-6-3, and no more runs could score for Spain as Beltre Engel hits into a double play to end the seventh inning. We're heading to the eighth. Spain leads 16-11. Only two goose eggs you see on the line score there. Only two times have Israel and Spain not scored in an at-bat at this game. Naguero, the relief pitcher for Spain, has not been spared. a goose egg inning. Antonio Noguera, the left-hander, came in last inning, and he surrendered a home run to Jeremy Wolf. Trying to improve his luck and fortunes this inning, although he only faced 4 batters last inning. That one hit was a home run. Stepping to the plate is switch hitter Ty Kelley. Now that he's facing a left-hander, he's at the right, batting from the right side of the plate. Noguera pitches for Unipol Bologna in the Italian League, facing off against Ty Kelley. First pitch, called strike 1. Next pitch comes, and that slider in for strike 2. Noguera, an imposing man on the mound. Big reliever, throws ball 1 to Ty Kelley. Ty Kelley is 0 for 2 today with 2 walks. Now the Spanish pitcher also in the shadows as the sun sets ever more quickly here in Bonn, Germany. Next pitch inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. And Ty Kelley hits a line drive to the second baseman, Angulo, for the first out of the inning. Blake Galen stepping up to the plate. In his last at-bat, he hit a home run. That was against Fernando Baez. That one called ball 1. And catcher Hernandez let that ball sit a long time in the glove in that position. Thought that was a strike. 1-0 pitch fouled back. 1-1 count now to center fielder Blake Galen. And he wants a little bit of pine tar or sticky stuff for the bat. Throws back whatever it is he used on the bat into the dugout. Counts now 1-1. In just over an hour scheduled, first pitch for the final between the Netherlands and Italy, as that fly ball is hauled in by Lester Galvan, and the first 2 batters go down relatively quietly in the top half of the 8th. And coming to the plate is Nick Rickles, who has taken over the designated hitter duties for Danny Valencia. And the first pitch is ball 1. He popped out to the catcher in his first at-bat. Directly over the plate, just behind it. Next pitch is coming. It's 1-0 count. And he gets under that one and hits a high fly ball to right fielder Giancarlo Franco. And we have something that has not happened yet in this game. A 1-2-3 inning delivered by Antonio Noguera for Team Spain. And we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Spain leading 16-11 in the third place game at the European Baseball Championships on baseballsoftball.tv. Spain coming up to bat now in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Team Israel bring in a new relief pitcher after Eric Brodkowitz pitched 2 1/3 innings. 3 1/3 innings. Doing my math here, 7 in, it's the 8th inning. And then the new pitcher for Israel is Jake Rosenberg. And it was Jake Rosenberg last night. He was playing in right field. Listed in the roster as an infielder, outfielder. He's being given some pitching duties this game. Don't have any background how much he's done this in the past. If this is a novelty, considering the score is 16-11, but by no means is this game out of reach for Team Israel. So my guess is that Jake Rosenberg has experience. And then umpire Tim Meyer speaking with him. Not quite sure about what. Jake Rosenberg taking over in the 8th inning. Leading off for Spain in the 8th. It's going to be the shortstop, Johnny Bethencourt. So far today, he is 2 for 3 with 2 walks. So 6 plate appearances in total. And Jake Rosenberg ready for his first pitch. As a reliever, and that was inside for ball 1 to Johnny Bethencourt. Looks like Rosenberg has some good speed there, strong arm. That one's low and outside for ball 2. Third pitch called a strike at the knees. 2-1 the count. Curveball gets past the catcher. And now the count 3-1. Tim Meyer, the home plate umpire, waiting for someone to get that ball. 3-1 count to Johnny Bethencourt. And he hits a ground ball that gets past Asaf Lowenart for a single. Leadoff hitter reaches base. That one just a little too hot for Lowenart. Took a stab at it, but missed. Sun's right in his eyes at the moment, too, making that play doubly difficult. Yeah. First hitter reaches base, bringing up Oscar Angulo, second baseman. That pitch is outside for ball 1. So far he has a single and a double together with a walk and a home run. So he's one triple away from the cycle. I was talking about that earlier with Playo. He has that triple, which is the hardest one to get, the hardest hit in that cycle. And that's exactly what Oscar Angulo needs with his first 3 at-bats. He had a single, a home run, and a double. Also has a walk. And that curveball in for a strike. 1-2 the count. Nice looking curveball. Pushed Angulo off the plate. With no danger of him being hit because it curved right back into the strike zone. That one curves out of the strike zone for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Runner on first base, Bethencourt, with a good lead, but showing no signs of stealing. Next pitch comes, and it's a pop fly ball to the right fielder, Jeremy Wolf. One thing about Jeremy Wolf, he's learned the old school way of catching fly balls, always with 2 hands if you can. And you don't see many players in the higher levels of baseball doing that. But you were always taught as a kid, use 2 hands to catch the ball. And Jeremy Wolf, watching him do that last night in center field, does the exact same thing there. For the first out of the inning, that brings up the first baseman, Jesus Ustariz. He hit a home run in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 4. Also drawn a walk. Bethencourt, the runner on first base. The lead. And Ustariz pulls that one foul down the third base line. Evens the count. 1-1. Jake Rosenberg showing good stuff in his relief role. As I said, he's not listed as a pitcher on the roster, rather as an infielder, outfielder. Eric Holt's giving him a chance to show his stuff. And that off-speed pitch curveball is high for ball 2. Just past the 3-hour mark in this game. Ball high, ball 3. The 3-1 count. In approximately 1 hour, the final will take place between defending champions Netherlands and their nearest rival in Europe, Italy. But before that, this game continues, and Jesus Ustariz draws a ball. Ball 4, bases on ball. Johnny Bethencourt goes to second on that. Runners on first and second with 1 out. The batters now Lester Galvan. Galvan has 3 hits in this game. He takes strike 1. Look at second. Look at home. Pitch comes. Curveball fouled. Strike 2. Off-speed stuff is good. Really has the Spanish batters on their heels and on their toes as they're lunging to reach and hit some of those balls as they come in at a much different velocity than his fastball. 0-2 count to Galvan, and he fouls that one straight back. Score 16-11 in this third place game between Spain and Israel. There's 1 out. Count is 0-2 with runners on first and second. And that one catches the outside corner of the plate for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. As Jake Rosenberg gets a K. Now stepping to the plate is the designated hitter, Fernando Martinez. He has a home run. That's his only hit in this game. 1 for 5. And it's a high, towering pop up right behind the plate. And Tal Errol catches it for the third out of the inning. And we have 8 full innings in the books. Spain, 3 outs away from capturing third place at the European Championships. Israel coming to the plate in a few minutes. You're watching the European Baseball Championships on baseballsoftball.tv. Antonio Nogueira returns to the mound for his third inning of relief pitching for Spain. And the 8th inning was the very first inning in this game in which no run was scored. Jake Rosenberg allowed 2 men on base, but no damage was done, and the score is 16-11 still. Antonio Nogueira, if he pitches the third inning of relief successfully, will get the save. A save opportunity for the big left-hander. Leading off for Israel in the top half of the 9th, their last chance is Rob Pollard. Now Rob Pollard has hit a home run. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning. First pitch is a ball. Nogueira winds up, and Pollard hits it to the second baseman, Angulo, who throws to Ustalis for the first out of the inning. Pollard, 4-3. Ground out. That brings up Benjamin Wenger, who has a home run and a strikeout in his 2 plate appearances. Looking to get on base, keep Israel alive. And 1 out. Nogueira looking for a save, and his fastball is high for ball 1. Spain 2 outs away from winning this game, the third place game. Israel played an excellent tournament. 11 runs is the most runs they've scored in a game in this tournament. They've done an excellent job of keeping opponents off the board, but Spain had their number today, scoring 16 runs. Both teams have combined for 9 home runs in the game. And that pitch shatters the bat of Wenger, and the shortstop Bethencourt throws to first base for the second out. That bat completely destroyed. Easy enough for Bethencourt, who throws to Ustalis. Israel now down to their last out. Stepping to the plate is second baseman Zach Penprice, who's 0 for 4 in this game. Last chance for Team Israel, who've played magnanimously all through the tournament. Lost only one game in the group phase. Won in dramatic fashion against the host nation Germany in the group phase, winning in 10 innings. Noguera, the first pitch to Penprice is a strike one. Second pitch grounded towards the Israeli dugout for strike 2. Down to their last strike. Team Israel looking to extend it, as Noguera has done a solid job of relief pitching. Pitched the only 1-2-3 inning in this game. That was last inning, and looking to do it again in the 9th. And that pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 is the count now to Zach Penprice. Antonio Noguera gets the sign, winds up, the pitch comes, and Lester Gavan gets on his horse to catch that ball for the 3rd out and final out of the 9th inning. And Team Spain win this high-scoring affair, 16-11, as the Spanish players all pat themselves on the back, give themselves a hug. Team Israel has yet to file out of the dugout. They put in a game effort, though. You cannot say that Israel were by any means outmatched. They jumped to the lead before Spanish bats really took control. Despite the 5 home runs that Israel hit, Spain put together many more hits. And as they congratulate each other, the Spanish players, they now line up to shake hands with the Israeli players. It's final score here in Bonn, Germany, in the 3rd place game of the European Baseball Championship in 2019. Spain defeat Israel 16-11. My colleague Brent Kerrigan will be taking you through the final between the Netherlands and Italy. Enjoy that game. It's going to be excellent. This was a fun one, watching a 3rd place game with so many runs. My name's John Klumpers. I'm signing off from Bonn, Germany. Take care and enjoy the final in about an hour's time.
For